so creepy cool to me. Possum in a tree. Like a possum in a tree. looking down from a tree, eyes glowing in the night, looking mean and staring at me. I'll give you all the room that you need. Possum in a tree. Never mind the one-way road. You'll go any way you want to go. You'll never see me standing in your way. And if you start walking, I'll make you stay. You look so creepy cool to me. Possum in a tree.
Well, good afternoon. Hope everybody will enjoy the show today. We've got an exciting group here for you to be able to enjoy. I just want to take a quick second before we get them up there and get them fired up and going. Bob Warner's wife, Linda, has gotten through her surgery earlier part of this past week, and she's recuperating. They've got her up walking around now. She had heart bypass and a couple blockages, so keep her in your thoughts and your prayers. So with that said, I'll get right out of here right quick. I just want to introduce Banjo Mike and Graffiti.
Railcar Graffiti.
Railcar Graffiti. I was going to say
Railcar
it backwards.
Graffiti.
Yeah. Tear it up, you fellows.
How y'all doing, Bob's Barn? Thank you for having us today. Thank you kindly. We also want to just take a second to thank the Warners for everything they've done over the years and putting on this great show and keeping it here and bringing all us musicians together, and wish Linda a very speedy recovery, because it'll be cool to see. And thank you to everybody that stepped up and is helping out today. We really appreciate that it's still going. We're Railcar Graffiti, and the first tune we're going to do is an old-time dance tune called Sugar Hill. Y'all ready to light it up?
Mm-hmm.
If I had no horse ride, I'd be bound to walking up and down on Tony Gaps to hear my baby talking. You wanna get your eye knocked out, wanna get your tail, wanna get your head knocked off, climb up Sugar Hill. $2 to my bill. If I had $10 more, I'd climb up Sugar Hill. You wanna get your head knocked out, wanna get your bill, wanna get your head knocked off, climb up Sugar Hill. pocket change, $2 to my bill. If I had $10 more, climb up sugar hill. You wanna get your eye knocked out, you wanna get your fill. You wanna get your head knocked off, climb up sugar hill. Together, they roll all around the briar patch, they never took the feather. You wanna get your eye knocked out, you wanna get your fill. You wanna get your head knocked off, climb up sugar hill. Get you that big white horse, get you that bill. Get you that blue white girl way up on Sugar Hill. You wanna get your eye knocked out, you wanna get your fill. You wanna get your head knocked off, climb up Sugar Hill. Knocked off, climb up Sugar Hill. You wanna get your eye knocked out, you wanna get your fill. You wanna get your head knocked off, climb up Sugar Hill. You wanna get your eye knocked out, you wanna get your fill. Wanna get your head knocked off, climb up Sugar Hill. Wanna get your eye knocked out, wanna get your fill. Wanna get your head knocked off, climb up Sugar Hill. Thank you, folks. We like those old barn burners like that, you know what I mean? Feel free to dance, get up and dance, have fun, man. That's what we're here for. That is what we're here for. The next tune we're going to do is an original of ours. This is an original tune of ours. This is called The Curse of Gap Tooth Ridge. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Old-time jailer, he thought himself was brave. He ran up in the Gap Tooth Ridge and made the save. When he got there, yeah, he found a load of trouble. Those bandits opened fire and they shot the rubble. Tell Agnes she never liked me. She traveled up to Gap Tooth Ridge for to make a change. When she got there, all she found were the remains of a slave-time jailer and a maid with no name. Island twins robbed the bank that Gap Tooth Ridge did right. Those lawmen rode swiftly and stayed right by their side. They made a break for freedom, but alas they were too slow. They'll never know heaven, the Gap Tooth curse did grow. up and kept and cried and held those violets tight. Those lawmen rode away with their job all done that night. Those demons up and kept and cried and held those violets tight. Young Willie Proust, he was an only son. He traveled up to Captain Bridge with his daddy's gun. His mama had left him, she left him all alone. He shot himself in Captain Bridge and now it is his home. Now I ride to Captain Bridge, that burning bridge I see. All those cursed souls, they're looking down at me. I thought I knew it all, yeah, I thought I was so smart. Those demons up in Captain Bridge swallowed up my heart. Thank you kindly. Thank you very much. So I've been here before. I'm Banjo Mike. I do old time music and Celtic stuff. This is Carly Bendel on fiddle. Tom Pampouch on mandolin over there. Greg Pelcher on guitar, and Matt Dale on upright bass. We're one of those, like I said, good time having, rowdy, fun time bands. So I hope you're all having fun. That's what matters there, as long as we're bringing smiles and tapping foots. I'm going to retune this banjo real quick. Because if you're a banjo player, you know that that's a thing. All right. You all know that saying, sober as a judge? You ever heard that? I don't believe a lick of that because this next song was written by a judge. You'll see what I mean. This song's good old Mountain Dew, and it ain't about soda pop. Y'all ready to light it up? Down the road from me, there's a big high tree where you lay down the road through. Walk around the bend, when you come back again, there'll be good old Mountain Dew. Yeah, they call it that good old Mountain Dew. Not too many out there refuse. I'll shove my mug if you fill up my jug, oh good old Mountain Dew. Well, I hung the Lord, he sawed off the shore, he measured about 4 foot 2. Well, he's a giant when you give him a pie, that good old Mountain Dew. Yeah, they call it that good old Mountain Dew. Not too many out there refuse. I'll shove my mug if you fill up my jug, oh good old Mountain Dew. My holy Sue, she bought her perfume and it had such a sweet smelling dew. And to her surprise, when she got it analyzed, it was nothing but good old Mountain Dew. Yeah, they called it that good old Mountain Dew. Not too many out there refuse. I'll shove my mug if you fill up my jug, oh good old Mountain Dew. Well, my cousin Bill's got a still up on the hill. He'll pour you out a gallon or two. The buzzards in the sky get so drunk they can't fly. Smelling that good old Mountain Dew. And they call it that good old Mountain Dew. Not too many out there refuse. I shut my mug if you fill up my jug, oh good old Mountain Dew. Preacher come by with his head hoisted high, said that his life had the flu. And he thought that I whored just to give him a quart of my good old Mountain Dew. Yeah, they call it that good old Mountain Dew. Not too many out there refuse. And I'll shove my mug if you fill up my jug, oh good old Mountain Dew. that's just how he felt when that liquor law went through. Said if your liquor's red, it'll swell up your head. Better stick to your good old Mountain Dew. Yeah, they call it that good old Mountain Dew. Not too many out there refuse. And I shut my mug if you give up my jug for the good old Mountain Dew. Thank you kindly, folks. 8 years.
Yeah.
What we got?
8 years? We're gonna do a pirate song next. We are.
I try not to do that joke every time we play a song, but it's really hard.
But we are. So this tune, we do American old time and traditional Irish music. So I'd have a seafaring tune is kind of very appropriate, as a lot of our ancestors personally, I know I'm Welsh and Irish, and I think a lot of us have the same kind of similar background. A lot of our ancestors came over here for various reasons or another, and you can't do that without seafaring back in the day. So there's a seafaring song. This is a pirate tune. It was actually written by a Detroit punk rock band. Just trust us. Just trust us. This is a pirate tune called 8 Years. When I left home, I was just 17. From the New England shores, the straits of Barbary, hollow the sea. A shipping man like set sail in the morning and drink through the night. But the water weighs heavy, and my soul so much more. The ship's been knocked down by the dead that came before. And I curse the sun, the ghost, the fire, and all that's in between. No amount of holy water could ever wash us clean. We sail in the red sky, it seems like a good day to die. Take it away, Carly. I should have explained, I should have told my dear, oh, be not afraid when vultures appear, oh, be not afraid, just hold your fear, death might be coming, the final road might be near, well, the dark of the day sent a spark through the night, lantern on the stern, as a sailor's delight, when the waves come rolling in, over 2 stories high, look back to my men to see which ones have died. And I curse the sun, the ghost, the fire, and all that's in between. No amount of holy water can ever wash us clean. Sail in the red sky, it seems like a good day to die. Take it, Carly. Well, 8 years at sea, and I've gone into deep clench my bottle in my fist as I fall off to sleep. I have terrible dreams about terrible things. It's a life I've led that plagues me, the horrors I've seen. Then swing from the gallows, continue to sing, till 7-year storms till they claim victory. But I live without defeat. Tell me, what does that mean? Master of the sands, that they crucify me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, long live the fighters, long live our friends. We're brothers together, straight till the bitter end. We sail in the red sky, it seems like a good day. Sail in the red sky, it seems like a good day. Sail in the red sky, it seems like a good day to die. Take us out, Carly. Thank you kindly. Thank you very much. I'm going to switch instruments on you real quick.
What about Pokey there, Greg?
Oh, that's it.
All right, so as I mentioned, we have a couple seafaring tunes. And this next one is going to be one of those as well. This one's called South Australia. South Australia. My grandfather and I went to Australia one time. He's a rude, ornery Irishman. We're standing in line at customs. And the customs guy looks at him and he says, I asked him all these questions. And the very last one was, do you have a criminal record? My granddad looked at him, gave him the scowl and said, I didn't know you still needed one to get in here. This is South Australia. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
In South Australia, I was born. Lead away, all the way. South Australia, rock and roll. Bound to South Australia, all the way to Roman King. Lead away, all the way, all the way. You'll hear me sing. We're bound to South Australia. I went out one morning fair, lead away, all the way. It was there that Miss Betsy there. Down South Australia, all the way to Roman King. Lead away, all the way, all the way. You'll hear me sing. We're down South Australia. I shook her down, lead away, all the way. I shook her all around the town. Down South Australia, all the way to Roman King. Lead away, all the way, all the way. You'll hear me sing. We're down South Australia. as we walk around Cape Horn. Evil way, all the way. You wish to Christ that you never were born. Down South Australia, all the way to Rolling King. Evil way, all the way, all the way. You'll hear me sing. We're down South Australia. Evil way, all the way. Down South Australia. Thank you very much. Thank you kindly. All right, so we need you guys to be members of the band for this next one. Can you help us out with that? Can you be members of the band? So this next song we're gonna do is an Irish pub song. And so how this usually works is somebody in the pub will sing this thing, and everybody will start joining in. And then there's a clapping part that is so thunderous that the pub windows shake. So that's how this is gonna go. There's gonna be a clapping part, and it's gonna go like this. And it's known they never clap, 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 clap. You guys got that? You want to try it one more time? Let's try it one more time. And it's known they never. Yeah, that's it. You got it. So this is an old pub tune called The Wild Rover. You all ready?
Yep.
I've been a wild rover for many a year, and I spent all of me money on whiskey and beer. But now I'm returning with golden great store, and I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more. Will I play? I used to frequent, and I told the landlady that the party was spent. I asked her for credit, and she answered me nay. That's a custom of yours I could have any day. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more. So I pulled from me pocket 10 sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She said, I have whiskeys and wines of the best, and those words that I said, well, they were only in jest. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more. So I went to me parents, confessed what I'd done, and I begged them to pardon their prodigal son. And when they caressed me as oft times before, I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never. One more time. No more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more. You guys rocked that clapper part out. It was perfect. You're all part of the band. Every Sunday. Free beer. That's why we don't get much done. That's why we sound. This next one more Irish tune for you. Well, we got a couple actually. This next one was a children's skipping song in Ireland, and at some point turned into a pub song. I have no clue how this happened. I imagine Mickey was really drunk one night, and everybody just wanted to hear one more, and it was the last song he knew, so he played that. This is a skipping tune, or a bar tune now, called I'll Tell Me Ma. Y'all ready to light it up?
Yep. Cool. So 1, 2, 3, go. boys won't leave the girls alone. My hair stole my comb, that's alright till I come home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's courting 1, 2, 3, pray would you tell me who is she?
Everybody says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock on the door, ring up the bell, oh my true love, are you well? Out she comes, as fine as snow, rings on her fingers and bells. How Jenny Murphy says she'll die, doesn't get the fellow with the golden knife.
Meanwhile, I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. My hair stole my comb, that's alright till I come home. She's handsome, she's pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's courting 1, 2, 3, pray would you tell me who is she?
Let the wind and the rain and the hail blow high, snow come tumbling from the sky. She's as sweet as apple pie, she'll get her own land by and by. When she gets a land of her own, won't tell her ma when she's home. Let them all come and they will, tell me truly she loves still.
Meanwhile, I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. My hair stole my comb, that's alright till I come home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is courting 1, 2, 3, pray would you tell me who is she?
Thank you kindly. All right, this next one's kind of a fun tune. So this next tune is about a wake. It's kind of a unique wake. And it's a guy that is no longer alive, nobody cared for. So everybody threw this massive party. This is called The Night Pat Murphy Died. Y'all ready? Oh, wait. Glad I caught that now. All right. Y'all ready to light it up? Ooh, the night that Patty Murphy died is a night I'll never forget. Some of the boys got loaded drunk and they ain't been sober yet. As long as the bottle was passed around, every man was feeling gay. Then old Theory came with bagpipes and music for to play.
That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. Said it was a sin and shame to wink at one another. Every drink in the place was full, now Pat Murphy died.
Mrs. Murphy sat in the corner pouring out her grief. Cullen and his gang came tearing up the street. They went to an empty room with a whiskey bottle stone. They put the bottle with the cords to keep their liquor cold.
That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. Said it was a sin and shame to wink at one another. Every drink in the place was full, now Patty Murphy died.
About 2 o'clock in the morning after emptying the jug, Doyle rode up the icebox to see poor Patty's mug. We stopped the clock so Mrs. Murphy could tell the time. At a quarter after 2 we argued it was 9.
That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. Said it was a sin and shame to wink at one another. Every drink in the place was full, now Patty Murphy died.
We stopped the first on Georgia Street outside some dancing room. Went in at 8:30 and staggered out at noon. Went up to the graveyard, so holy and sublime. Found out when we got there, we left the corpse behind.
That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's
Thank you kindly. Thank you very much, y'all. Remember, if you're liking what you're hearing, we're Railcar Graffiti. You can find us on Facebook. We keep all of our shows updated as to what's going on. This is our last one for a little bit. We're working on some recording. We're going to shoot a couple music videos. Actually, we're going to do one to Sugar Hill, which you heard earlier. And we're going to do another one to an original tune of ours called Whiskey River, which we'll be doing later tonight, later this afternoon, whatever it is. So yeah, get online, give us a like, check us out, follow us. We're all over. We're nomadic. We travel. We do our thing. We're all from the Jackson area. Him and I are from Brooklyn. So we're a little ways from home right now, but we always feel right at home right here at Bob's Barn. So thank you kindly. I mentioned Whiskey River, and we're going to do that right now, actually.
Nice segue.
If I remember my straps, too, I might need that. So I wrote this song when I started to play banjo. To have a little bit of privacy for practice, I used to take this hike back to this river spot. And I'd usually do it on days where I had nothing else to do. And I've got a wife and 3 kids at home, so I'd sneak out the back with my banjo case, and I'd take this little walk. And I don't know if you can tell by my belly, but I like to have a sip of beer or whatever now and then. So I'd take my little whiskey jug and I'd sit with my feet in this river and I would just practice, like sometimes all day. So I wrote the song Whiskey River about sitting back there by that river and what if this thing was really made of whiskey and I could just jump right in? This is Whiskey River. Y'all ready?
Ready.
Whiskey River, I've known you all my life. Whiskey River, I wish you were my wife. I'd hold your hand and kiss your lips, honey, make sure you knew. Whiskey River, I'm in love with you. Whiskey River, now I've grown old. Whiskey River, I've pawned away my gold. All the things we've been through, but you know it's true. Whiskey River, I found a friend in you. Thank you kindly. Thank you very much. So I brought this one banjo for that tune in F, and I'm putting it back now. If you've ever seen me play here before, you know I have BAS, Banjo Acquisition Syndrome. I usually show up with like 10 or 15 of the things, so it's kind of nice to have other people lugging around some instruments other than me.
You should see his music room.
It's
banjos stacked. Jimmy Hoffa might be under those things.
He could be.
Yeah.
He could be. So this next tune we're going to do, I don't like to bring everybody down when we're all having a good time. But addiction is a big problem in the United States and in this country and in the state. I personally have lost friends that I grew up with and went to elementary school and things like that. But people go down different paths and you lose track of each other, and all of a sudden you read that a friend is dead. This next song was written by a Nashville busker named Nicholas Ridout. He was an incredibly talented musician and songwriter, but Nicholas had demons that kind of caught up with him. Nicholas isn't here with us anymore. So we like to do this song that Nicholas wrote in his memory. This is a really cool song that he did called When I Went Down to Georgia. And I'm going to take a little drink because Georgia's a long drive. All right. You all ready to light it up for Nicholas?
For Nicholas.
Let's do it. This is When I Went Down to Georgia. Thank you kindly. Thank you for having us, Bob Barn. That's everything we have for you today. We really hope you enjoyed us. Again, if you liked it, we're Railcar Graffiti. One more?
You got
one more? One more? Yeah, we got another one.
We got plenty.
We still got 15 minutes. So.
All right, all right.
We could play,
We-
you
Want to do Cripple Creek real quick?
and then do.
All right, we got a couple more for you. We got a couple more. I guess we got 15 minutes left. All right, all right. So this first one's an old dance tune called Cripple Creek. I'm sure if you're jamming here tonight, you probably have heard this. You know this tune. Sid, you want to jam with us?
Well, yeah. No, I do.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Sid never turns down a jam. I know he's got a guitar stashed around here somewhere. So this one, way back before all of our internets and cell phones and all the cool technology we had today, the local entertainment would have been something just like this. It would have been usually a banjo and a fiddle player at a contra dance at the local barn. So we're trying to keep tradition alive a little bit, and we're shaping it in our own way, because that, in my opinion, is part of the folk tradition, taking these things and processing them through your imagination and seeing what comes out. So this is our version of Cripple Creek, and we're doing this in A. Sid. Yep. You all ready to light it up?
Great, go ahead.
Thank y'all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you, Sid, for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, this last one we're going to do is another Irish tune about drinking too much hard cider.
Question for you, Michael.
Yeah.
While you're getting set up there, do you have CDs?
We do not have CDs, but we are working on them.
They're in the process.
Well, they're in the process.
Monday
So,
escape.
so yeah, give that Facebook page a like. Come find us, and our CD will be out soon. We're calling it Going Across the Sea, and it's going to be a mix of these old folk tunes from Ireland and early America. So there's going to be tunes like some of the stuff you heard today, Wild Rover. This tune that we're about to do is going to be on there. We're going to have some American songs like Cripple Creek, like you just heard. All sorts of good stuff. So keep an eye out for the CD. It will be around sooner than later, we hope. So we are working on it. So this next tune's about too much hard cider. It's called Johnny Jump Up. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
One more pass the hand. You a story that happened to me. The day I went down to court by the sea. house in Court by the Sea. And when I got there, sure the truth I could tell, they had that poor bugger locked up in a cell. Sent the guard testing him and say these words to me.
Around the rugged rocks, the ragged rascal ran.
Tell him I'm not crazy, no, tell him I'm not mad. Was only 2 pints of the cider I had.
Never, never, never again. If I lived to 100 or 110, fell to the ground and couldn't get up after drinking a pint of Johnny Jump Up.
One more time. Well, a man died in the Union by the Thames McNabb. They washed him and placed him outside of the slab. And after the parlor's measurements to take, his wife brought him home to a bloody fine wake. Was about 12 o'clock and the beer was high. The corpse sits up and says with a sigh, I can't go to heaven, no, they won't let me up till they bring 'em a pint of the Johnny Jump Up. Oh,
Never, never, never again. If I lived to 100 or 110, fell to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a pint of Johnny Jump Up. Never, never, never again. If I lived to 100 or 110, fell to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a pint of Johnny Jump Up.
thank you, folks. Thank you all for having us. Thank you to Bob and Linda. We again wish her a speedy recovery. And thank you to everybody that stepped up and helped out. And stick around for the jam. There's a bunch of cool musicians hanging out right now, waiting for throw treats your way at the ears, man. So yeah, hang out. Thank you again for having us. We're Railcar Graffiti, and y'all have a good evening.
How about that concert? Was that really good? Again, Railcar Graffiti. Yeah.
Strange name, strange name.
Yes. Railcar Graffiti. Real good group from Jackson area. Keep them in mind and talk to Michael. He says they're busy and interested in being busier. So.
We're interested, always interested in being busier. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Hey,
Thanks.
good job.
Appreciate it.
Nice job. Huh? Good job. You're just gonna have to stay warmed, I guess.
That's all right. Can I pull it? I don't want to cause any feedback.
You all set? Shut off there? We're still streaming. So unplug it? You won't hurt me. Yeah, unplug it. Okay.
How about that one?
Yeah.